What? I don't know. Let's see. It should be on the profile. I'll just reshare the link. It says I'm live. Oh, it's turned the wrong way. That's exciting. And what if I go? That didn't do anything, did it? Oh, that's why. Better? It's good? You can't hear any sound? That's interesting. All right. So, can anyone hear me? All right, let's see. That's awesome. Um, Audio quality, very high. Let's try this. Can you hear it now?
They can hear you. I can't hear you
Okay, hold on. Is yours on?
Yeah, mine. Well, it was. I can't hear anything on this, so I don't know why. Give me my phone or my laptop.
Let's see. All right, so people can hear me. That's good. How about now? Perfect. Sorry, guys, we're just setting up here. I got sound on this one, so it's just your work computer. All right. We had to create a new feed. The old one wasn't working, so I got to send out the new link, and then we'll get going. Gotta love technology when it works. All right, that's fixed. And let's fix the event. All right, I think that's working. All right, perfect. Is your sound on yours? On that one?
You think so? Yeah.
Is your sound on yours? Yep, there is sound. Let's turn the brightness up here. All right. Lessons for next year. Don't pre-schedule it. Or don't make the link early. Aaron's here. Look at Aaron. Hello, Aaron. Can you hear me, Aaron? All right, we got like 6 minutes till the official show starts. Make sure everything's operating. We're good. Let's get some backlight going on.
Some pre-questions.
Pre-questions. Like what pre-questions? Anyone have any questions for me while we wait?
To start it off.
All right.
I think the question is, does everyone have their ingredients?
Is anyone cooking along? Is anyone actually going to cook along with me? And you're like, why is there a Vitamix sitting out? That wasn't on the ingredient list. Or this alcohol, which is not. This is for me. But I figured I'd show you guys what I'm making. All right. Just fixing a few links that were not working. All right. What?
Can't cook for poo.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
why
fine.
you're here, to
That's why you're
learn.
here. To have some fun and drink and cook. Those two really shouldn't go together, but it's Christmas. All right. Is there a chat box come up on the video?
I've got one yet?
No, but like on the actual.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Oh, there it is. I
And
see
then
it.
a little chat pop up.
Oh, that's too awesome. Look at that.
I'll be reading the questions though.
So I don't
to
have to
not
focus?
Distract you.
Oh, I need ice. Ugh. I need some ice. Bear with me. That's about a cup. That'll do. Hope that's enough. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I wish people would cook for me. That would be great.
I can cook you a stellar.
Don't you say pot pie. Don't say a chicken pot pie. Do you want to tell them how you made me a chicken pot pie for our first date? Or first time you cooked for me?
I did. I used Pillsbury dough and canned chicken soup, and I put frozen vegetables in it and cooked chicken, and then I burnt them.
And she burnt them. We've never had chicken pot pie since. Or homemade at least.
I will make you a peanut compote with some berry reduction on some brioche.
Just send them a link. Oh, haha. I got what you're saying. All right, it's a couple of minutes too. I'm going to start making my drink. So I'm going to be making a tasty alcoholic. You can make this non-alcoholic if you're not into alcohol, but it's Christmas Eve and I'm got to have some booze in me. So I'm making a chocolate Bailey's banana frozen smoothie alcoholic beverage because I want to. And, you know, since it's not minus 30 out right now, because it is, I wanted to get colder. So Let's make this. So I'm going to start with some alcohol. 2 ounces of white rum. I'm not a fan of white rum, but I only use it in things like this because dark rum doesn't really work. I guess it could work if we put some fruit in there too. Banana's a fruit. The cream. It doesn't work with the cream.
A salad you're making here.
I'm making a salad. So it's 2 ounces there. Put our cover back on for now. And then we're going to go with 2 ounces of Bailey's, not Baelish, Bailey's Irish cream. This happens when you tongue twist it. Woo! Let's let it go. I'm going to take that, pour that in there as well, and a bit more, because it's Christmas, right? All right. To our beautiful mixture here, we are going to add some bananas. Frozen bananas. It's about 2 bananas I got chopped up and frozen here. This is really funny. I'm watching the video and it's delayed by like 30 seconds. So I'm watching myself do this going, I look pretty good. Now I'm going to watch myself do that. This is like Inception here. I am humble. There we go. 2 frozen bananas. The plastic there. About a cup of ice. That's a bit more than I need. There's no actual ingredient like amounts here. I'm just winging it because that's how I do my smoothies. I don't like going too exact. There's about 2 cups of milk. 1, 2. That'll do. And, you know, since it's Christmas, gotta put in a 1/4 cup of cream. I did measure this out. Gotta watch the fat content. Try to get ready for New Year's. All right, put that in. Secret ingredient, xanthan gum. So what that's going to do, it's a binding agent. It's fat soluble, not really water soluble, so it will clump up if you just mix it by hand. But where it's going to the blender, it's going to get blitzed up pretty good. It's going to keep the ice from separating from the liquid in your drink and make it more smooth, consistent. So what Starbucks does in their drinks, they have a xanthan gum syrup they pour in, and it keeps the drinks from separating, helps hold the emulsification. So let's throw in about a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Ugh. And then chocolate. It's not a smoothie or a Christmas smoothie without chocolate. I guess you could add some mint to this, but not my kind of thing. I'm not a chocolate mint person, unlike some people in this house who die for it.
Chocolate mint is meant to be.
That was about a 1/4 cup of chocolate. Eek. It's right over there. Let's not look at the back of the nutrition labels today. All right. My lid. This is key. On it goes.
Like here, I don't think it's on all the way.
That's on.
Is it?
What are you talking about?
Okay.
We'll find out in a minute. All right. Hope that was off. Hi. Hola. Thank you for dropping in. Stick around. It's going to be fun. All right, so we're going to turn this on low, and then we're going to blast it to high for 45 seconds. So it's going to be very loud for a minute. We'll get through it. All right, when I said 45 seconds, it was more like 25 seconds, so I overestimated it. So, Shannon got these really cool mason jars we're going to pour our drinks in. One's a snowman and one's a gingerbread. No.
That's an elf.
It's an elf, not a gingerbread. There is a gingerbread. There's also a Santa one, but they made Santa look like a thief. Like, he's got like this bandana and like he's got like white eyes. I'm like, he looks like a raccoon.
Bandit.
Yeah, it's not cool for Santa. All right. Let's see how this tastes. This will taste amazing. I'm not too worried. Let's get Shannon to taste it first. So in case it doesn't taste good, I can do at least the rest of this video.
Someone wants to know what's the last ingredient you put in to make it smoother?
Smoother?
I think it's a xanthan gum.
It's a xanthan gum. Was that the last
What does
ingredient?
it do?
So xanthan gum is like a binding agent. It's made from bacteria. It essentially keeps the solids and liquids together, or fats and non-fats like water together. It's essentially the same thing as like an egg or mustard in a salad dressing. It keeps it from separating. So what you'll notice if you didn't put it in, this drink would actually start to separate. You'll get the water on the bottom and the ice on top. So what it's going to do is hopefully by the time you drink it all, it stays all as one cohesive drink and not split into two different drinks. And you can try that before I do.
So
Ooh.
if I die,
You're not going to die.
you can really tell it's booster. Seems like a hearty morning smoothie.
It does. Do you know what it needs? A little bit more sweetness. I think maybe some honey in there. I'm not sweet enough. Let's see. Oh, it is still really good though.
That's really good.
Mm,
That could be a morning drink.
that is a morning drink. That's a well, minus the booze, unless you're working from home these days. Mm. Yum. I mean, there's a little bit of taste afterwards. All right, so let's clear this up. Whee! Unplug the Vitamix without frying myself. Making a mess, apparently. Here we go. Did you correct the spelling? There is no hair on this Vitamix, if anyone noticed. I made sure of it, because I will never live that one down. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my Vitamix ice cream recipe. You'll understand.
I know you want to direct people towards my error.
Your error. Yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
it's my hair.
It was your hair.
I'm a female. I have hair.
Do you? Woo! Hello. Welcome. Can I have the cable?
Yes.
Don't yell at me.
Mad.
All right, it's mad at me. Ooh, this is really good. Mmm. This is how I feel. Super happy. Little smiley elf. Mmm. People are missing out if they didn't make that. All right, so what we're gonna make, something super simple, super easy. I don't really have a name for it, but it's essentially mushrooms on toast. It's sauteed mushrooms with some cream, and we're gonna put them on little toasted baguettes. So actually, let's start with the baguettes and get those toasted. You can use any French loaf or any loaf. I'm using a ciabatta here. And I'm gonna turn this on medium. So what we're gonna do is cut our baguettes on a bias so we get a nice long crispy piece, and then we're gonna butter it, season with a bit of salt, and then grill it for a couple of minutes on each side to get a nice crispy little crostini. Where's my knives? I'm not getting all that conversation.
It's okay, I'll know. I will ask you the questions so you don't have to focus.
So when I say cut on a bias, it means instead of straight across, we're going to cut on an angle for people who don't know. So I probably don't need this whole baguette. So let's cut halfway through there. And then we're going for about half-inch thick slices, I guess. A little over, a little under.
Tucking in your fingers.
Tucking in your fingers, you know.
I don't do that.
And I cringe every time I watch her cut stuff.
The digits are all still attached, though. So far.
Are they?
So far.
Now, if you have like a bigger loaf, like a big like round loaf, you can just cut them in half. Like cut them on the bias and then cut them in half or into quarters. Doesn't need to be perfect. I just like the ciabattas because you get nice big bubbles and perfect size for like 2 bites. I think that's good. Snack for later. And I'm melting my butter in the back, so I need a pan. That's the wrong size. Woo. Knife over here. Don't need that anymore, I think. No, we're good. Refuel on Bailey banana alcoholic smoothie. So how's everyone doing? While I'm waiting for my butter to melt. Got any questions for me? I got a piece of banana. Maybe I need to go 40 seconds.
38 seconds.
38.2.
No questions for you.
No questions? Oh, makes my life a little bit easier. All right, our butter is ready. I'm not going to burn my fingers while I bring this over.
Yeah, and then put it on the plastic.
And put it on plastic. It's not like, it's not melted enough to, it's fine. We're good. It's all good, man. Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman? Did you notice how his name? Saul Goodman? From
Yeah,
Breaking Bad?
That's the whole point.
Saul Goodman? Did you know that?
I'm glad you caught up.
2006 wants their show back. Was it 2006? No, that was like 2011.
Question, is this your actual kitchen or is it a kitchen for your videos?
This is, all right. Who asked that?
Kutsuni hates you.
This is my kitchen. We actually built it. We bought this house 2-3 years ago, and the kitchen was like straight out of 1980s. It was not a pretty kitchen. Needed some serious renovations. So when we renovated it, we kept in mind that this was going to be for my videos as well, so we're going to make it pretty for you guys to see. And the only thing we didn't get right was the lighting. It is not bright enough in here, and we went with dark colored cupboards and darker paint on the wall. So when I'm doing my videos, I need like these giant bright lights just to light up the little bit of light we have here, because without this, it's really dark. So lessons have been learned. When you're making a YouTube kitchen, use white a lot, because it reflects all the light everywhere instead of getting like dark corners up there and over here.
But it's such a lovely green
It is for a home.
that you want to repaint, and I tried to go with purple, and you are really against purple. It's a really nice purple.
We're not doing purple. I also do food photography as my job, so I'm a food photographer as well. And I don't need colors from the wall reflecting onto the food and like completely make my work in post so much worse. No. Neutral. Blue I can live with. White I can live with. It's a neutral color.
But it's such a nice, it's like raspberry something. It was a very nice color.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just brushing my baguette or my buns, my bread, my ciabatta with a little bit of butter, so it crisps up nice on the grill. So I'm just flipping these over and doing the other side. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And with the kitchen, the tile work Shannon wanted to do, so we did this ourselves. We didn't hire someone to do it. Shannon wanted to do bevel tile, which is tile that has a little bevel to it, which is great and all in theory, but when you go to grout it and putting in the black lines, you can't do your typical swiping the grout across the tile because it just fills the bevel. So she had to go in with her finger, bit by bit, through every single line on that back wall.
And it looks fabulous.
2 hours before we hosted a party. Yeah.
And it looks fabulous.
She finished it an hour before.
We have compliments. The kitchen's very beautiful. It's very homey.
Thank you.
No, that was me, my design. Thank you.
What are you talking about? That was my pick. That was my pick.
Okay, the stove is yours. Everything else is me.
The fridge. The countertop is mine.
No, I picked that one.
No, you didn't. Don't lie. All right. So my butter's done. I'll bring this back over here. Time for a refuel. Ooh, we're up one more person. I love it. I know this is a weird time to do a live Christmas Eve. People are out doing their things with their families, but a lot of people still are afraid to go out or don't want to go out and risk, what's going on in the world. So whoever's kicking around home wants to watch a video, I'm here to entertain. We'll try to entertain.
Well, you never know, too. Maybe you got some people that want to make some appies.
Right?
Don't know
You got...
what to make. It's a good thing.
These are really good, by the way. So we got our little tray of bread done. We're going to grab a bit of salt. You know what? I'm not using this salt. I'm going to use my salt from Greece. My smoky salt.
Your black salt.
My black smoked salt, which doesn't look black once you crack it. It still looks white. Gray. So give it a little crack over the top. Then we are going to put that on there. Take our bread to the back burner, which is where I have a little griddle going. And I'm doing this back here because I'm going to be using that one in a minute. We're going to grill our bread, and this gets really hot, and I don't want to touch it once it's hot. And we're just going to plop our bread down. I don't know if you guys can see this. Just on the griddle pan. If you don't have a griddle pan, you can just do them in the oven as well to crisp them up. Or just do them on a flat top pan, or a flat pan. There we go. Can I squeeze one more in? Can I do it? He probably won't crisp up as good, but we'll do it. So a little trick I like to do is I don't have one, so I'm going to use this. I like to press them down, make sure they all cook evenly. I usually have a little sandwich press, but since there's more, I want to cover them all at once. And I got a little butter on my cutting board. Give that a wipe up.
It's actually Christmas morning in Australia.
Merry Christmas, everyone in Australia. Speaking of Australia, is our buddy from Australia on?
I think so.
Wow, I can't remember her name. She's our friend.
Estelle.
Estelle, don't watch this video, please. I forgot your name for like 2 seconds. I got my now. Oh my god. All right. So while those are cooking, I'm not going to forget and burn them. There's bread on the back burner. Got myself a new carbon steel pan I'm going to cook in today. It's I like carbon steel. It's naturally non-stick, heats up effectively. I got all the benefits of cast iron, but half the weight. So also got a video coming out on how to season these in the new year. All right, so we're going to put our pan on, not turn it on yet. We're going to grab our mushrooms. I'm going to cut these up first. So I got cremini, they're called. Just a brown mushroom. You can use your regular white button mushroom, it's okay. You want to get fancy, you can go with like your oysters, your shiitakes. Any kind of mushroom will really work for this. It's really good. And I can smell the bread starting to burn, or cook. Let's see.
Would you adjust any ingredients if you use different mushrooms?
No, I wouldn't. I think you're fine.
Get slightly different flavor?
You'll get slightly different flavors. That's all. So what we're going to do is take our little button mushroom. We're not going to slice them. We're going to cut them into quarters. If you have bigger, like, I don't know, you get some big massive ones, cut them down to about bite size. So we're looking about breaking them up. About that big. I don't know if anyone can see them. They're about that big. Shani, you should also jump onto the Facebook group and see if anyone's having troubles with the link.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking now that we had to start up a different link because whatever I pre-booked or pre-scheduled, it wasn't working for some reason, technology. So I had to redo a whole new one from the app. And that old link doesn't work anymore. So I don't know if everyone who wanted to come is coming. But we're going to have fun anyways. Just going to chop all these up. All right. So this is a great dish you can do for Christmas, for little appetizers, or at New Year's. What is a cat eating? Plastic. Yeah, so you can do this at New Year's. Really great. Once cat really wants something on the ground, and I don't even know. There's nothing there. Yeah, so New Year's, great one you can do this. Everyone who tries this goes, wow. For such simple ingredients, this is really, really tasty. And it's what I love. I don't like I've done classical French cooking, and you can spend days preparing a dish. And this day and age, don't have time for that. I want quick, simple, easy, tasty food. That looks like I spent 6 hours doing it. It only took me 5 minutes. Maybe that's why I like Mediterranean food so much. It's such basic food at the heart of it, but it's so tasty. And it's the quality of the ingredients that make up the food. So we're using about 2 pounds of mushrooms here, give or take. This whole recipe doesn't have to be exact science. That's the benefit of it. If you got a pound and a half, you got a pound, just play with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I forgot the toast. All right, to not burn it. So this is best done with a pair of tongs, not your fingers. Oh, look at these. Some of these are not. Woo. They're not burnt, surprisingly. Oh, we got one little dark one. But that's flavor, right? Oh, these look good. Throw these down. All right. Shannon, don't forget this time. You forgot last time.
I'm in charge of timing. I wasn't aware.
Now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this recipe. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can also adjust it to whatever you like. I mean, you need to use mushrooms. Is a big thing. You can change your cheeses if you don't want to use ricotta. If you don't like ricotta, you can use a cream cheese. You can use a mascarpone cheese. Oh man, you can use feta, like a whipped feta. Like, ooh, that'd be good.
That would be good.
A little spiciness to it. Is that fan just on, or is that the airflow? Our heating in the minus 32 degrees we have outside right now. Minus 30 degrees Celsius. That's how cold it is in Canada, in our town. How cold is it where you are right now? Especially Australia. I'd love to know what temperature you're sitting at right now. I hear sizzling behind me. What's going on over here? Anything exciting?
No.
No?
We're so mesmerized by you.
I know, this is a very boring part.
Lots of mushrooms.
I probably should have cut these up and only had a few to cut. But hey, I'm sorry guys. Better planning for next year.
Sorry, was that my job again?
Yes.
Check the bread.
Oh, look at that! The bread looks delicious!
Look, I had perfect timing.
I hear a lot of sizzling. That knows it's good. I think we can go a couple more minutes on this. Or we'll turn it off and we'll let it sit. Panini. All right. I think that's fine. We don't need to cut anymore. All right. So to our pan, we're going to set to a medium, 5 in between. We're going to get some butter. Roughly 2 tablespoons.
We're a degree colder than Calgary.
Sweet. I actually don't know if it's minus 30. It's like in minus 28. What is it?
Oh no, then Calgary's colder. I thought you said it was minus 32 here.
I don't know what it is. We should double check. So there's about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of butter here we got melting. The butter off my hands.
Healthy dish.
Yeah.
Just a hint of butter.
I mean, it needs butter. It's like, it needs to cook. The mushroom's got to absorb something. So might as well be butter. Just going to melt that down while that yells at me.
In Sydney, it is blue sunny skies, nice and cool wind.
Aaron, minus 31. I feel your pain. All right. While our butter is still semi-melting, let's throw these in. These are pre-washed, by the way. So if you have mushrooms, wash them. I don't care what anyone says, they absorb water. A washed mushroom is way better than a dirty, ground, dirt, full of dirt mushroom that you'll eat later and get grits in your... Yeah, no. Just wash your mushrooms. It's better. Ooh, they smell good already. So what we want to do is cook the moisture out as much as we can without making them rubbery. So we got them in the butter, and that's going to help transfer the heat to the mushroom. But we're also going to add, not too much, because we're going to add soy sauce later, a little bit of salt to help draw out that moisture. That should be good. Not too much, just a little bit. Like I said, we don't want it to... So this is the part where it takes a little bit, because you don't want to do this too fast. You want to do it at a nice steady pace. If you do too fast, what will happen is your mushrooms will burn before they shrink down a little bit. And we want a good bit of that moisture to come out and cook down. And we want a nice caramelized mushroom, which is going to help give it that flavor as we build upon it. So get a little stir. Anyone can toss. Coat those mushrooms in that tasty butter. You could use olive oil if you're looking for less saturated fats in your diet. But olive oil or butter will work. Really good. See how it, well, you can't see in this glass, but it hasn't split. It stayed full. If you had to have that with out the xanthan gum, by now it would have split. So I'm going to pour a little bit more in here.
You have a comment? I always wondered why we were told not to wash mushrooms. I usually wipe them with a damp paper towel. So it's because they absorb water?
They're sponges. They absorb water. If you notice all that butter we put in here, you can see it. I don't know if you can really see it really good, but you can see it's absorbed the butter. But that's the main reason. But I prefer a clean mushroom than a dirty mushroom. Do what's best for you.
I always washed mushrooms. I didn't know that that was a thing.
Yeah, they're like sponges. They look the water.
Luckily, I don't have to cook anymore.
Why? Why don't you have to cook?
I have a chef at home.
Who? Oh yeah, you got me, right.
Yeah.
We got 8 people! I want to get it to like 20. Come on, guys. Get on Facebook. Start sharing this with your friends. Make me feel good. What is that little button? Guys, you rewind after this is done and make this drink. I'm going to forget these two. I'm going to put them right here so I don't.
Oh, the garlic?
Yeah. So my mushrooms are sauteing deliciously. Oh, smell that.
I can smell it from here. It's really good.
So let this cook down and turn it down a little bit. Ah, no, 5 was fine. We'll leave it where it's 2. Best part about cooking is, for the most part when you're home cooking, there's no rules. Have fun with it. Don't be all like, this is not exact. I can't do this recipe because I don't have X, Y, and Z. Change it up. Play with it a bit. Try something different. Like I said, if you don't have ricotta, use something different. Use any other soft cheese. But we have ricotta, and that's what we're going to make now while this is cooking. So we're going to make a little bit of a cheese spread for the baguette, the toast. What bowl am I going to use? This one down here. Just because. Woo! My beautiful white bowl to help reflect light on so you can see everything. So we're going to use about a cup of ricotta cheese.
So what other cheeses can you use? You can use feta.
You can use, I would do whipped feta because it's crumblier and like doesn't hold together really well. So you can mix it with a bit of yogurt. Mascarpone, cream cheese, any soft cheese that's spreadable.
Cottage cheese?
You can use cottage cheese, a little runnier. It would work. Great. If you like cottage cheese, I don't like cottage cheese. Unless it's in lasagna.
Cheese by the bowlful.
So I'm not perfectly 1 cup, but close enough. That does the job. While I make a mess. Because I never make a mess in the kitchen.
You have a comment? I had a chef at home too, but I didn't like his food. He was a boring curry and rice eater every day. He preferred different foods every day.
That's not very fun.
You just need some, like, different types of curry. I don't know. We don't eat very many curries at all.
No, we don't. We every now and then we'll have a hankering for some like buttered chicken, and then we'll cook that up in fresh made naan. Oh, so good. My favorite. So what we're doing here is we have our ricotta cheese. Take a bit of salt. Again, theme tonight is smoked Greek salt. Put that in.
It's kind of tricky. It's black in the thing, but then when you grind it, it actually does come out white.
Right? And then, like you can see now, the mushrooms are actually releasing a lot of liquid. So those are cooking down perfectly. We're going to put in Shannon's favorite ingredient.
No!
Pepper!
Pepper's
Oh!
off limits in this kitchen.
Oh, not today, it's not, baby! A couple cranks of the pepper, she'll live. I put it in everything, she just doesn't realize it.
Oh, I realize it. I just need to eat.
Oh, well, you want a chef? Not a restaurant, honey. All right, now where is my rasp? One of the things I've told you guys to buy people for Christmas, a rasp. I got like 4 in here. So what we're gonna do is zest 1 lemon into our ricotta mixture while this is sizzling away without grating your finger. Try not to get the white rind because that's bitter. You want the essence of the lemon, just the zest. You can add some parsley in here if you want as well. or even a bit of mint, something a little different. Add some green to it. It's Christmas Eve. When I went to the store, there was no parsley left because I want to get the ingredients as fresh as I could for you guys. So we're going to live without parsley today. And I'm not sure if I even put it on the ingredients for that reason. Because out in Didsbury, it's actually hard to get fresh herbs on odd days. All right, there's that. You know, you can almost like put a bit of spinach in there as well, and like go to town with it. Why am I going in there? So we're gonna give this eyes everywhere.
That's why I can't cook. I can't do multiple things.
So we got our mixture, and we're just gonna give that a little mix up here. This feta is actually quite dry compared to the last time I used it.
Ricotta?
Or yeah, ricotta. It looks like feta now.
It does.
It's a little drier than the wet stuff I'm used to.
So if it's drier, do you have to add something to it, or is it okay?
No, it's fine. It's like, it holds its shape. It's good. It's almost like mazithra right now. Mazithra would be really good for this. If you get your hands on some Greek mazithra,
Soft mazithra.
soft. There is a hard form. Won't be so good. All right, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I don't know why I turned it down. So our mushrooms are doing quite well. Whee! So I brought the temperature up a point or two just to speed it up a little bit here now, because the mushrooms are getting roughly where I want them. They got a lot of the water out. As you can see, they've really shrunk down in size. So now we want to get some caramelization on them as that water evaporates, and then I'll start adding the rest of the ingredients. Check out my toast. I mean, look at that. Not burnt at all. Perfect. But don't leave your pan on it. It will make it soggy. As I forgot. I knew that though. Turn up high. Grab my pan. Time for a refuel. You know what? I can't speak. Does anyone have any questions for me? There is a banana stuck in the middle of that. Ooh, smells so good. All right, we got 2 cloves of garlic we're going to crush in here in a minute with my garlic press, I mean. I love this thing. I hate mincing garlic. Just such a time-consuming thing. This, 2 seconds and it's done. Let's get that ready.
I can come up with questions for you.
Sure.
Let's see.
Ooh, it smells good.
What is the most complicated thing you can cook, or you have cooked?
Consomme.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
So, you ever see in like Downton Abbey or those fancy, where they sit down to this big gourmet meal and they got this perfectly clear soup. Like crystal clear. That is actually quite hard to achieve. Like, it's a lot of work to do that. Like, so you can't have any cloud in your stock. And then if it is cloudy, you also are using a raft, which is a mixture. I can't remember. It's eggs. I think it's eggs and something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. To help get all those impurities out of that liquid. And it was one of the harder things in cooking school I've had to do. Because you're graded on if you can do it. I did it, but I was like, why? Why? But you're just looking for that crystal clear stock. And I found that one of the harder things. But, I mean, everything is hard when you first start. And the more you do it, the better you get. If I had to keep making consommes, we probably would have got made them perfect every time. So it really comes down to practice on everything. My first time making on a grill, ooh, we're smoking now. My first time on a grill at a Greek restaurant, I cried. There was so much like smoke in my eyes from the grill and the heat, I cried for like a day. I wasn't used to it. By the end of it, I was flipping Slovakia with my eyes closed. Well, I could do it with my eyes closed, not because they were crying, but it's just practice with everything. And how many times have let me go back to it. Bread is also one of those tricky things. For such an easy thing to make, and everyone can do it, to perfect bread every single time, that's why I didn't become a baker. I used to run a bakery, but I didn't bake. I had a baker to do it for me. It's quite difficult, because there's so many factors that affect bread and its rise and how it comes out. The humidity in the air, the height where we're to. It's different here in Alberta than it is in Newfoundland where I'm from at sea level. So yeah, bread's a tricky one. But the best thing with bread is, even if you mess it up and it doesn't come out right, you still get a delicious loaf of bread. I think that's why one thing everyone loves making bread. You still get good bread at the end. Unless you really mess it up, like you get rock hard bread.
You just say that you meant to do that.
Yeah, you say you meant to do that. This is biscuits.
A biscotti type.
This is biscotti bread. And there's the best thing about being a chef. If you mess it up, you just change it. This is what it is. It's not what I meant to do. This is exactly what I meant to do. So now we have our garlic ready to go. Let's squeeze it in. Give it a little crush. Back of our knife. Now it's about to get fragrant in here. Fragrant. Get in there. So if you notice, all of our butter is absorbed into the mushrooms. Ooh, that smells good. Well, that's quickly sauteing. We're going to grab some thyme. This is a lemon thyme. If you don't have lemon thyme, you can use any thyme, as long as you got time. Ha, get it? It's joke time. No, okay.
It's joke time.
It's joke time. Get it? No one else got it.
It's funny time.
It's funny time. So I'm just going to give this a little chop up. Not going to worry about the stems. Just give it a nice little rough chop.
It's fresh from my beautiful indoor garden, so
Her indoor garden.
it's as fresh as you can get.
So
Time.
throw that in there. You want to make sure your temperature's down a little bit lower right now if you're not paying attention, because garlic will burn really easy, and you don't want burnt garlic in your mushrooms because you will taste it. So we got that down low while I chop that. How's it smell, Shannon?
It smells fabulous. I can't wait.
Oh, it smells so good. Maybe I'll do a video of this for the new year so you can actually sit back and watch a proper video on this instead of like from over there. How many people? 7? Come on, guys. Share the video. Get your friends and family watching. I want to get 20 people.
Alright.
Make me feel good. Give me a Christmas gift by watching the video and get me to 20.
I have a question for you. Why does dough sometimes become really tough?
Dough?
Yeah, when you're making dough.
So there's gluten in dough, and the more you work it, the tighter it gets, and it just develops those strands better, and it gets tougher and tougher. The best thing you can do is just let it rest and relax, and it'll ease out. So if you're trying to roll out dough and stretch it, and it just keeps slapping back, leave it for 10-15 minutes, come back, you should be able to work it out a bit. That's the main reason. It's just there's gluten in it, and that's the more you work it, the tougher it gets. But it will eventually relax and chill out. If you left it in the fridge overnight, it'd be super stretchable the next day. Is that you who asked that?
No, that's me, yeah. How long do you leave a dough before it, like, it's a no-go? You just kind of, if you keep messing it up, you just leave it longer and
Well, no.
you get a sourdough after a while.
Yeah, we'll start to turn. It will turn to sourdough. Let's throw in so that was thyme. This is some rosemary. We have a giant rosemary bush growing in the front of our house, and when I mean the front of our house, it's inside. We went to Greece a couple years ago, and my friend's mother has a rosemary bush, like, it's huge, it's massive. I was like, I want that. But being in Canada, it will die in the winter, especially in Alberta, where we're zone 3 for growing stuff. Yeah, you can't grow stuff here year round. Strawberries, for some weird reason, survive.
And my green onion.
And green onions that are not meant to survive over winter come back every year. Yeah, those are two things that survive here, but rosemary doesn't, and I wanted one, so we got a big planter. And we took a little tiny plant last year when they were selling them. It was like this big. We put it outside for the summer. It grew big. Threw it into the planter, and now it's
like a tree inside.
it's like a tree inside. Some of the stalks are like that. It's pretty awesome. All right, so then we put our herbs in, our whatever it's called, garlic. Now we're gonna throw in 2 secret ingredients, and these 2 ingredients are gonna give umami, which is that extra like taste, flavor, that
Extra scent.
the extraness to the food. It's another sense, I guess. So first we're gonna add in. This isn't in ingredients because I forgot about it. This is Worcestershire sauce. So about a tablespoon of that, and then soya sauce. Soya sauce and mushrooms go really well together. Gives a really big umami flavor. Just pops. tasty flavor. And just smell that. Can you smell that? Oh, that smells good.
I can smell that.
How's it smell?
That was a good pop too when you put the Worcestershire.
Right? Guys, I don't know if you can see
It's
this,
another level.
but look at that. I'm gonna wait here until it comes up on the screen so I can see you can see it.
It's gonna be in the screen for a long time.
This is it. This is what I'm doing here, guys.
There you go. You can see it. That's good.
There we go. Oh, you've seen it first. So yeah, look at the caramelization from doing the slow cook of the mushrooms. They don't burn. They shrink down to a nice size. Now these are not done. We're going to add about 3/4 of a cup ish of cream. Depends. If you want a little bit runny, you can. They will absorb it. So we're gonna pour that in. That's about half a cup.
Lovely.
Now we're gonna let this cook down. This is the trick here. We're just gonna let it cook, let it reduce down, and we'll develop a nice thick sauce that will hold together our mushrooms when we put it on top of our crostinis. Let's turn it up a bit. It's not gonna burn now. Bubbly, bubbly. Woo.
So, what would you say to an aspiring chef to inspire them to be a chef? I don't know. What made you become a chef?
I started cooking when I was like 5 with those gingerbread cookies. If you haven't watched a gingerbread cookie video, go watch it. When I was like young, I was always in the kitchen with my mom trying to cook. Sometimes it didn't work out very well. I choked on a chicken bone once when I was a kid. That should have scared me away. Learned not to eat chicken fast with bones. But if you love cooking, go for it. If it's something you enjoy doing. It is truly a passion of love. You do not make a lot of money cooking. So if it's a career you want to do, you got to make sure you really love it. And I mean really love it. Because you're going to make a little more than minimum wage. And I would do it again. If someone asked me if I had my chance back to like not go to cooking school and go down that career, no, I would do it again. I just love cooking. I love teaching you guys how to cook. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm not in the restaurants anymore. I combined a passion of technology and food together, became a food photographer and videographer, and use that skill to help teach people cook. Would I do competitions? I go back and do competitions again. They were fun, stressful, really stressful, but fun. Going back to the food industry and actually cooking in a restaurant, I would do it if I opened my own restaurant. I think that's the only way I'd go back because I still I love taking food photography. I love teaching it. I love doing the YouTube thing. So I'm hoping it grows. And all the support from you guys is awesome. I appreciate it. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here doing this on a Christmas Eve. I'd probably be downstairs playing video games.
Halo all night.
Halo all night. To all my Halo fans out there, find my gamer tag, Jindrago. We could play.
Jindrago?
0 at the end, not an O. You know, the whole gamer tag thing. And people are like, what is he talking about?
Aw, you're a geek.
I am a geek.
I love my geek.
I am a geek. All right, so it's starting to thicken up. You can see. I want to get a little bit thicker. While that's thickening up, I'm going to wipe down my cutting board because that's where I'll plate up my beautiful little crostinis.
I bet you tell us a story about what was your favorite thing that ever happened when you were working in restaurants?
Pranking everyone. Like there's constant pranks in the back of the kitchen, or the rush of a busy night when you're in the weeds and you're just like head down, going all out for like 4 hours straight, and you don't stop. And as you look at your board of tickets, and it's just like doesn't end, and just going all out for the next couple hours. That was probably one of my favorite things. The second thing to that would be working with some chefs had a sense of humor, pranking other chefs with like putting vinegar in their drinks and having a bit of fun that way, but nothing too serious. But yeah, the best thing about cooking was just being in the zone and hours at a time, just go, full tilt, everything you had. And then at the end of the night, just going, whew, I survived another night. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. It's rewarding. It's really rewarding at the end of a night to know that you put out hundreds of tables and... Right, Tick, why all my Newfie followers? Right, Tick, right? Yes, I am Newfie. Could be. You can see me? If you can, I hope so, because we're going to finish this up here with some topping. Put this over here. So we're going to put a little bit of our ricotta cheese mixture onto our... Oh, we're back. We're working. A bit of a ricotta cheese mixture onto our biscuits, or onto our crostinis. And not making a mess. Doesn't matter. Make a mess. It adds to the look of it, especially if you're putting this on a platter. Then you sprinkle it with some fresh herbs and... Oh, Shannon, we need a few fresh herbs. I need some time. I need more time. I don't have enough time. All right. And then we get a spoon for our mushrooms. Oh, guys, you need to try this stuff. Like, look at that. Then we're going to put these on. Nice and careful. This sauce is really hot and burning my fingers. But hey, years in the kitchen, develop thick skin.
There, little time.
No, that's rosemary.
Well, I brought you rose. I wasn't sure what one you wanted.
All right. So, we'll take a little bit of our time, put a little bit on each one. Doesn't need to, but presentation, because, you know, I'm not taking a photo of this later. I'm just going to eat it. Bit of pepper. You can add a little bit more lemon zest, which I will in a second. A little bit of pepper. Shannon's going to live with it.
Did you do one?
Oh, no, they all got pepper, Shannon. Every one of them.
A special one?
I'll make you not a special one. You're going to eat your pepper.
I want a special
No
one.
dessert. No soup for you. And then we'll zest a bit of fresh lemon zest. And just like that, little mushroom crostini. Mushroomy, creamy deliciousness. Mushrooms on toast. Let's give it a little try. Mmm. Mm-hmm. 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 That is so good. You want to try it?
Is there a pepper-free one?
Just try it with pepper. You can't even tell it's pepper on it.
I want a pepper one.
Why?
I want a pepper one.
Fine. I'll make you one without pepper.
A special one, just for me.
Why just for you?
Because I want pepper on it.
Read the board. Is anyone talking? You're falling down on your job.
Nope, no one's talking.
No one loved me? Guys, ask questions. Feel free.
Alright, well, one's for me.
The one I'm making. Unless you want one with pepper.
No, I'm good at this one.
Where's those? See? Those tweezers I said on my shorts would be great for this. Especially if you're trying to make them look pretty. A little precisionness. Go ahead.
That one's messy. I think you did that on purpose.
No, I wouldn't do that. Never. How is it? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what mm-hmm means. Is that like a mm-mm or like a mm-hmm?
Mm-hmm. It means mm-hmm. It's good. I'm going to take another bite.
Out of 1 out of 10, what would you rate it? 10, perfect. Mmm.
It is really good. I'd like a steak. This would be really good on a steak.
So what you can do, once I'm done chewing, I'll tell you. So if you got like a strip loin or a filet mignon or a, so when Emmett sells us. We have a local butcher. He sells us flat iron. And what you could do is slice it really thin, grill it up on the grill, slice it really thin, and put it on top of the cheese with a bit of the mushroom. Be really good, really tasty. Especially, and if you were doing that, I would actually deglaze it with a red wine instead of a white wine. Be super tasty.
Did you put wine in there?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I said you can. My hat's falling off. Huh. My little elf ears. All right. Does anyone have any questions about my cook-along? Anyone? Bueller? No? No questions? Since it's delayed, I'll wait a minute.
Hey, you gotta be patient. The internet, the interwebs.
The interwebs?
The interwebs are slow. I don't know what happened there. We like froze for a bit. Aaron said we froze too.
I don't know what happened. Maybe we should start uploading.
Maybe.
Sit
You
down.
can make me another one of those while we wait.
What?
Another one of those little crostinis without pepper.
Sure.
I'll get the pepper-free one.
Just pepper in the mix, just letting you know that.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's a little bit. You don't need extra pepper.
Lots of cheese on this one. Just for you. I had a clean kitchen.
And you did all that in way under an hour too. That was good.
What do you mean way under an hour? It's been an hour.
But you like started with the thing first.
The drink? Oh yeah, well, it wasn't meant to be an hour exactly.
No, I'm just saying. That's good. People are making the appetizer.
Yeah, it's a quick appetizer.
Get her done.
Get her done.
Yeah.
Get her done, son. Here you go.
Done right before people show up somewhere. I'll sneak that.
I will chop this in half. I will take a little bit of it. Mmm. Could you make this?
No.
Why?
Because I wouldn't need to. I have you.
If you were going to treat someone and I wasn't here, would you make this?
Who would I treat if not you?
Your mom? Your brother? Aaron?
Then
What?
I would have you.
Aaron, make her make this for you.
I could make it because your description is really good. So.
I see. Is this still recording? Well, I'm seeing a video feed, so I'm assuming it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think you're good.
yeah, we never got to 20 people, guys. I was really hoping for that 20 people. Eat my avocado.
Next year. Everyone tune in next year.
Yeah. That would be great. Is everyone ready for Christmas? Has everyone got their Christmas stuff done? You know, you're out of time now. We're down to the final hour. The 11th hour? This is it. No going back. Oh, these are so good. You should make these tomorrow. Christmas Eve or Christmas dinner. A little appetizer before everyone eats. Oh, I'm not making them. You can.
No,
I'm cooking a giant roast.
that's okay.
We got a 4-bone prime rib we're going to cook tomorrow. Super easy way to do it too. I'll come up with a video for that as well, but it perfect every time.
I think we're good.
What do you mean?
No questions for you.
All right, guys. No questions. I'm going to finish eating my food here before I speak anymore. There we go. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. The growth I've had over the last year was amazing. We went from 1,000 subscribers last year. We're at about to hit 8,000. The Facebook group is at 52,000 members, which is awesome. So if you guys are in here, thank you so much for interacting on that group. It means a lot. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. There's going to be lots more videos coming. We'll see you guys probably in the next couple days. I'm not going to lie. It's going to happen. There's going to be more videos. Some sort. I got lots of Greek videos to show it. I have actually lots of the Greek footage we did in the summer to share to you guys, and I want to get that done before the new year, so you'll see a couple of those videos coming out. But thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. We're shutting down. We're going to enjoy the rest of Christmas Eve to ourselves. Make a few more of these banana Bailey's Vitamix smoothies. They're healthy, right? So that's it. And as usual, I would throw a paper towel or dish towel at you and say, "FOOD-DEE out." And it doesn't have the same effect anymore. Editing. All right, guys. Have a great Christmas.